Good morning, Botai. Past few days we've been speaking about some of the laws of the Kedusha of haBayīt and the Mekom HaMikdash. There is one area of the haBayīt, which really it's a misnomer, it's not the haBayīt proper, it's right before the haBayīt, which still retains its Kedusha, and that's the only place in the Mekom HaMikdash that we're allowed to visit today, which is that of the Kotel Ma'aravi, the western wall. Now, Maran Zichron Bracha proves extensively in Chazon Ovadia that the Kotel Ma'aravi refers to the western wall before you ascend haBayīt. Not like others wanted to understand Kotel Ma'aravi refers to the western wall of the Beit HaMikdash proper, because that's already on haBayīt, that's a sur to go up to. When the Midrash in Echa says that the Shekhinah never leaves the Kotel Ma'aravi, the Poskim understand that it's referring to the Kotel Ma'aravi of the haBayīt, the western wall of the haBayīt. For that reason, Maran Zichron says that although there are certain people, when they come up to the Kotel Ma'aravi, they're careful not to stick their fingers between the cracks of the wall. Not only that, there's some Golim that don't even come right up to the wall. They stand a few feet away, they don't want to get within Dalet Amot of the wall. Nevertheless, Maran Zichron says that that's unnecessary. La halacha, a person can come right up to the wall, and not only that, even if a person's betum'ah, which we all are, you're allowed to stick your fingers into the cracks of the Kotel Ma'aravi, because the haBayīt, the Kedusha of haBayīt, only begins after the width of the stones. Therefore, even when you stick your fingers in, you're still well before the Kedusha of haBayīt begins. So that's with regards to that. The Ari HaKadosh also speaks about praying at the Kotel Ma'aravi, even though there were Mekubalim at that time, including the Ari HaKadosh, who knew exactly the places of Kedushat haBayīt versus Mekom HaMikdash. The Ari HaKadosh never went up to haBayīt itself, he only prayed at the Kotel Ma'aravi because the Shekhinah never left there. Maram Chagiz writes in his Sefer Ele Mas'ai, he says that the reason why the Shekhinah never leaves the Kotel Ma'aravi is because it was founded based on the foundations were laid by David HaMelech, and anything that was built, the foundations that were made by David HaMelech, the Goyim could never touch. As opposed to the rest of the Beit HaMikdash that he didn't lay the foundations necessarily, the Kotel Ma'aravi he did, and therefore the Goyim cannot touch that, and you see therefore it's still Shalem. You have to understand though, if you look at the Kotel Ma'aravi, there are different rows of stones, some are older than others. The top 18 rows of stones on the Kotel Ma'aravi were built just about 100 plus years ago by Moses Montefiore, a little bit before 150 years ago in the late 1800s. He donated that so that to preserve the original stones that were there. It was much lower. He added about 18 rows or so in order to preserve it, to make sure that it's structurally sound, and that's the way it still remains until today. And Bezat Hashem tomorrow we'll speak about some Dinei Avelut that have to do when a person sees the Kotel Ma'aravi. Yom Tov.